All right, it's grow time, baby. Yeah. Who was excited about that massive drop? I feel like nobody was excited. I feel like I was the only one. I picked up some deep discounts last night, early this morning, like 1 a.m. I had some buy orders set. I was feeling like it was going to do another little dip, and I picked up a whole bunch of shit. All right, so I was doing a little more research. A game that I used to love to play probably 8 years ago was called Zynga Poker. I don't know if you've ever played it. And it was my first introduction for me into in-app game purchases and how big that was going to be. I don't know if you remember, Zynga Poker. Let's see if I can find it here. Zynga Poker, Texas Hold'em. In-app purchases. So I downloaded this game, very fun poker game, and 50 million downloads. Interesting. So 50 million people have played this game. How many do you think buy some chips in the game or buy something within the game? Even if it's 1%, it's still a darn good amount. So in-app purchases for me, when I saw that people would buy, for one, I mean, obviously, when I was playing the game and I'd see, someone come in with, 200 million chips, the chances of them getting to that number on their own was highly unlikely. Then the game changed and the structure changed and they were giving away millions of chips and people could own billions now. But before then, it was they'd give you 1,000 and let you play. So why that's interesting to me was for then I was thinking, people aren't really going to sit here and buy stuff inside of these games, are they? And sure as hell they did. So that's why I think with Ecomi, we're at an interesting conjuncture right now where in-app purchases are, that's where we're at. I mean, how many games here have in-app purchases? A huge portion of them. In fact, most of the really good games are free and then they have an in-app purchase. Because people are more apt to figure out that they like something and then purchase later. Think about that. People get on OMI and they see that now they can use a marketplace, a damn good marketplace, by the way, and they can get in and they can purchase real collectibles, real digital NFT crypto collectibles, which they couldn't do before because they'd have to get onto all these different they're not user friendly. That's the other part about these in-app purchase games. They're free games, but damn, they're very engaging. They have great workflow as far as like the way you roll through the screens and the way you access things. Everything is really well laid out. I feel like Ecomi's really well laid out. We're right on the cusp, I think, of a nice 10x rollout. Here's why I think that. The price is down low. It's at, 006. That's a very nice number, especially for a new drop to show up. A new drop is showing up, and what is that going to mean to, what's that going to mean to Ecomi? Well, the price is low, so they're doing more burning, right? So I think this is my guess. They've rolled out a really nice marketplace. It's very clean. They have that in-app purchase appeal. It's a very clean, very well laid out website. Application. They have cool collectibles. They have augmented reality. They have this secure wallet that no one ever talks about, which has its own measure of security. They have 2FA that is just coming out within the next 24 hours. That for me is huge because all of my stuff right now, I was not going to purchase anything else on the application until 2FA was present. Just because it's getting a little too risky, especially where you have NFTs that are worth on the marketplace. You've got some in there for, some are selling for $50,000, or actually one was $999,000. That guy's on drugs. But the point is, it's kind of unsafe to have your tokenage sitting on an application that doesn't have 2FA set up. So now they've got the security, they talk about the green, how they want to go green. They're hitting all of these hot buttons. They are priming the pump right now. If you've ever primed a pump, you understand it takes a little bit of process to get the working parts lubricated before you go full throttle and run this sucker to the ground. Then input what comes in next. When you have the pump primed and you've got the real good stuff ready to go, what would you do next? What would you do next? I think you would go here. I think you would go to a interactive type environment. I think going towards the Pokemon Go style would be a great next step. And they're going to start to show their cards with Niantic, I believe. I believe that it was an interesting thing that Niantic did, which not a lot of people understand. So when we're talking about in the data world, and we're talking about gathering data, they say data is gold, or, the smart people would say data is gold, because they understand that. Google understands data is gold. They understand it's more important right now than anything else. And so Niantic did is they gathered data. You think about this. Everybody had Pokemon Go on their phone, and they were walking around and playing the game. It gave them some crucial information. It gave them landscape. It gave them data feedback of how people interact with the application. It gave them, they basically built the world using the data that it was streaming, that it was pulling from the real world. They used that data, and now they have it, and they've created basically a digital world. If you research Niantic, you'll find that they have more data from all of these users using the Pokemon Go app, enough data to do any digital world they want to create. I want to say they have zettabytes of information. What is it? Hectobytes? Which one's the biggest? Sectobytes. Septabytes. I don't know. It's a big one. Whatever it is, they have that data. Niantic will be huge. Everybody's thinking Pokemon Go or Pokemon is the big one. I believe Niantic is a huge one because that's going to create the VV-verse. That's the data that Ecomi needs to build this world out that they want to build. Then when they go to say, okay, now we have the world built, let's throw some Pokemon characters in there. It's not going to be a complicated thing. The gears need to be properly lubricated before you put a big player in the playing field. First and foremost, we're going to see a nice rise in price, and then we're going to see a lot more people influx in. We're going to have a marketplace that's ready to rock and roll with 2FA, so now we're full-on crypto ready. Although the crypto heads are already here, the NFTs are sexy as hell, and they're going to start incorporating some of these bigger licenses because these bigger licenses are going to be the drivers of traffic. And to drive traffic, we're going to need to have all of these gears very lubricated. Lubricated gears, check. Security, check. Marketplace, which is basically NFT liquidity, check. Investors, check. Price is low, check. Burning, check. Do you see what I'm saying? Where it's the perfect storm right now. It's the beginning of massive explosions. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I think a 10x is within the next 1 month. We're going to see a 10x rise. I think 6 cents is totally doable right now. It's the next step. We're going to see a nice rise now. Now that we've got all of this background stuff done, all of this building up, and then we're going to see something really big take place, and we're going to have the Niantic come in, and that's when you're going to see Pokemon Go. It's going to be amazing. It really is. It's going to be amazing. You're going to be able to do battles just like this, these verses. Yep, we're going to have that. They've already shown those cards. They've already shown that they're going to do this. This is coming. This style right here is coming. Be prepared. Buy now. Not financial advice. Buy now. Seriously. Thanks, guys. Subscribe. Love you lots.